hi, I'm Carney Wilson before my gastric bypass surgery. It's just like, Jesus Christ. So then you said it earlier. You had the delivery right.
She said something about, like,
Somebody throw shampoo.
Shamu him back in the ocean.
Yeah.
Fucking boom.
Hello and welcome to the Lost and Faded podcast, where we get faded and lost into whatever movie I'm filming for the week. This week, White Chicks. For this episode, I got with me Megan and
Hey.
Cole, and I'm Byron. What?
And I'm Byron.
I keep forgetting to start it with me saying
Yeah.
I'm Byron and then introducing
Because
the
I feel
guest.
like, respectfully, at this point, they know who you are,
Yeah,
Byron.
I mean, yeah, let me change up a little bit too.
He said.
So, White Chicks, a very funny buddy cop movie starring the Marlon brothers, the Wayans brothers.
I mean, just one of the person named Martin. Is that fair?
Yeah, one of them's named Marlon, and it's their older brother's directing it, Keenan.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole family involved. I love it.
It really was. There were Wayans listed that that I wasn't aware existed. So.
There's a lot of them. They have like a lot of siblings, and then now they have kids.
Yeah.
And there was a
I love
TV
it.
show they had at a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, I love this movie. This is definitely one of those like big classics from the early 2000s. It was during their run when they were doing a bunch of movies. This was like I think it was after the Scary Movies, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they started doing their own stuff.
Yep.
I was watching it, and it just gives me this feeling like it's, and I don't think this is how you're supposed to use this phrase, but it feels like it works. It's pure Americana. Like it's, like it has that very American, like this is an American movie.
Yeah.
Well, even like just
You
like
know?
the setting and the characters and
Yeah.
like the backstory of it, like like the Wilson sisters, like Tiffany and Brittany, and
The
like
Hamptons.
like that, literally the fashion show. Like there's a fucking what the fuck is the thing called that they had the
Catwalk?
no, it was previously to that when they were basically auctioning off the girls for dates. What is
I
that
forgot
called?
what that's called. An auction.
Like a fundraiser, like
Yeah,
essentially.
fundraiser.
Because I would not say it's an auction, I mean, but that's what it gave. You know, like
We need to stop auctioning people.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah,
Stop.
that was a crazy concept. And they sort of acknowledged it. And,
Yeah.
but I guess what I mean is just like the whole vibe, the way the movie looks. I will say the cinematography is beautiful. Like that opening scene where you have that overhead shot of New York.
Yeah.
And I love, by the way, those two characters we start off with that they're playing.
Oh yeah, the first is.
The fucking.
He comes
bodega
out with the
fucking-
marachas.
Yeah, sing all those songs.
Yeah. And then they like make the deal. They like here's the cash, and he's like, wait. And he starts basically, you can tell he's like speaking, sort of like putting together different Spanish phrases
Yes.
that he knows. And then he says, they come out and they la 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 la. It's just like I don't know. I almost wish we had a spin-off movie of that character.
Same.
Oh,
Or just like.
that
It,
kid.
it seemed like he had there's a lot of backstory.
Fair.
Yeah, true.
I feel
you
like
know?
if it was like a common occurrence for them to go in disguise, like all of the other ones that they had to disguise as, like other different situations in the FBI trying to crack the codes, and
like a master of disguise
Literally.
situation.
Right.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because they had those disguises. How did you guys
They
like
did.
the makeup and stuff?
I loved it. It was
it was great for the time. Obviously,
Right.
like it's
Yeah.
very much advanced now, but I mean,
I think
like,
that's what makes it better.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And obviously in the movie they play off of like, you guys look a little different, but then they don't think anything further into it.
I love
They're
it.
like, yep, it's them.
You know, before we get too much further, I don't know if you knew this, but like, and maybe this is normal. I think you guys are probably more into films than I am. Like you dig deeper, I guess. That's at least the impression I've got when I've watched your show, and it was received pretty like at least the critics did not like the movie.
No.
Nope.
I think Roger Ebert, who's an Illinois local, said something like it took everything in him not to leave the theater. And it's just interesting how critics received it that way.
Versus the general.
But now it's
public.
like considered a cult classic.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like
Like it is a classic.
back then a lot of movies critics were super harsh on.
Yep.
Like even like middling movies. There's even like some kids movies I would look at ratings and they'd be like 6,
Cat in the Hat.
7. And I'm like, why?
There was a
It's
great
kid's
fucking movie.
And like this movie, it's a comedy. It's not trying to be anything like super serious movie wise. And I feel like they took that like they really went hard on movies, even horror
Yeah.
movies too. And like nowadays, it's like kind of a calmer. Like with the critics, they're not really going as harsh on them, but we
Yeah.
also don't have these comedies anymore.
And
Right.
I was just gonna say the change up of movies as the time has gone on, though, because you really don't get comedy movies like that anymore. Like the early 2000s ones, like I'd love for them to come out with like Not Another Teen Movie again. You
Oh
know,
my
like some
God.
like fuck weird raunchy like adult comedy.
The
Like they
problem is-
don't.
It would like teeter the line too much.
Yeah.
And there's even like a lot of these movies you will get to one joke where you're like, ooh, I don't know about that one.
Like that would definitely not fly today.
But at the same time, it's a comedy movie, so what
Yeah.
are we expecting?
And that's how the other part of that thought that I started with is that this movie, just the way that it looks and the execution of the jokes that it pulls off and just everything about it takes me back to that time period that you guys are talking about where we had, you know, like you say, new movies coming out like that all the time. I remember like it wouldn't be like I think back on that time and I think about how my parents could go to like a family video or something like that and come back with like a new Adam Sandler movie that I had not even heard of.
Yep.
You know, but just all of the movies from that era, you know, you think like, I feel like maybe this was towards the tail end, but you've got like Talladega Nights,
Yeah.
Pineapple Express,
Yeah.
Superbad,
Yeah, the Hangover movie.
Yes.
Hangover movies, right?
All
we had
fucking
like
Joe
Austin
Dirt,
Powers
Austin
movies.
Powers.
we had 8 American Pies or something before like
Literally.
2010.
American Pie was crazy. Like
Yeah.
I think American Pie is like really what pushed it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like really
Like
far.
sped up that process of like, oh shit, people really liked this movie. Like, it's
Yeah.
that adult raunchy comedy movies.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
whole genre.
They made money too. It's just
Fuck yeah.
critics went too hard on
Yeah.
them, and then the atmosphere changed around everything, and
Yeah.
now here we are.
The Will Ferrell movies, I should say.
Yeah.
Step Brothers,
Oh
obviously.
my
You
God.
know, like the other guys.
Mhm.
Even a simple film like Elf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Which
I mean,
is
like,
technically a kid's movie,
It
but
is,
like,
but gosh, it's enjoyable.
yes,
Yeah.
as an
You know?
adult, really at any
Right.
age, like,
And it's probably been said on your show in the past, but I can't remember which episode I was talking about, and you guys were remarking about the true fact that it's very rare for there to be a good sequel, and we'll get back to
Oh.
Yep.
to White Chicks after this, but I just have to say, I always have to give credit where credit is due here. Home Alone 2, great sequel.
yeah.
And again, I know
I-
that's way off topic. But
I will say I love Home Alone too, and a lot of people don't really like it as much as the first one, but I think it's a vibe.
yeah, I think
It's
it's a good
great.
sequel.
It
It's like the best sequel.
It took it a little bit
You know?
further of like, oh my god, they left their kid at home. Oh my god, he's alone in New York City? Like, what the
Right.
fuck do you mean?
In Central Park.
Yeah.
At night.
Me with Shrek, though. I'm like, Shrek 2 is...
Yeah,
Oh,
Shrek 2,
like,
Shrek 2,
Terminator
yeah.
2.
there's a couple. There's, like, the
Sequels are
few-
hits or miss.
Yes.
Right. You gotta be careful making a sequel.
Yes.
That's for sure.
And a big thing, too, following up with it shortly after. Because if they go too far, or like 10 years down the line of the remake, and it's just stupid.
Yeah. And we'll have to get back to White Chicks, but White Chicks 2 has been a rumor for the last few years.
I've been hearing
Yeah,
this.
because they're coming back in a way that he's about to make Scary Movie 6.
So
next
excited
Yeah.
for that.
Yep.
Me too. Let me see how Scary Movie 6 is before I decide about White Chicks too.
Yeah. But here's what I will say, and maybe this will get us back on track with White Chicks. What I love about White Chicks, another layer that I love about White Chicks, is that it just has all the elements of a Wayans brother movie,
Mhm.
down to I love that there are characters that you recognize out of Scary Movie.
Yeah.
For example, I'm trying to think of the
What's
one
his
dude's name.
The cop.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I believe his name is Lachlan Monroe.
Oh.
Apparently, he was in The Predator in 2018. I did not. I
Yeah.
recall this now. I think he was a cop in Freddy vs. Jason. If you're
Yeah,
How
he
about
was.
being a
He
cop?
was a cop. He
Yeah.
was. He has a pretty funny kill.
Yeah. But you know, people like that. Like that just makes me think like, yeah, this is a Wayans Brothers movie.
Yeah.
You know. So
Very outrageous humor. They do not care.
Nope.
How do you feel about each of the different brothers? So you had Kevin is the one that's married with a wife.
Yeah.
And he just wants to keep his job. And then his brother Marcus is the one that just wants to do all these crazy, like, cases and just push their careers forward, I guess. He has a weird story in this movie.
There is a lot going on with him, I would say,
Yeah.
versus... What was
Kevin.
Kevin, yes. Because obviously his is just getting himself into stupid situations, not explaining it to his wife, and his wife getting mad as fuck. Like, respectfully, though.
And he's also not picking up on the effort his wife is putting in. That's a big thing that's established early on.
True,
What do you mean she drove all the way to the Hamptons? I mean, I would have done the same shit, but like...
One line that he says, Kevin, I believe, he says, if I lose this job with these good benefits, Gina's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
And I just really felt that line.
And the biggest thing is he should have said in the beginning, I have a case that I'm going to in the Hamptons. That's it. Communication.
Yeah.
That's it.
A whole, like, really tense plot line in this movie would have been avoided if he just would have communicated and said, like, babe, this is crazy. We're gonna be wearing prosthetics.
Yeah, show her the prosthetics.
You know? Yeah, like, it's gonna be crazy.
I would have been taking pictures and that shit, sending it to her. Like,
Yeah.
I'm Tiffany today. Like,
I want to say it took them 5 hours to get into that. But I might have to double
you
check.
could
It was
tell
either
time.
it was like 3 or 5 hours.
Are you talking, like, behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah,
She
with
put all
all
that
the.
shit on?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a thought I had is, like, you know, you write out this movie, but there's got to be a few days, a few points in the day. That was a scary bug.
there was a badass fucking cricket.
It
Jesus
got close.
Christ!
Yeah, that was a close call, folks. But so you write out this movie, thank you, and you know you got the punchy jokes, you got a good little plot line, curveball, all the good makings of a comedy movie that with a little bit of action. But there had to have been several moments during the filming and preparation where, like, are we really fucking doing this?
Really?
Like, you're looking at yourself and all this, you're like, man, I really hope this, like, resonates.
Yep.
Like,
They're like how many months into filming and so fucking fed up with having to be in that makeup chair and putting that shit on there. It's fucking rally. Let's get it over
so
with.
5 hours of preparation.
Yeah, and I think it took them 2 weeks to get the, like, makeup right, like the color and
God.
everything.
Well, probably took forever just to get the prosthetics too. Like,
And then, like, they have to wake up early for that, and then you got the film. They're probably barely getting sleep. It probably was like a fever dream for
my
them.
favorite part to think of though is the fact that obviously they're wearing women's clothes throughout the whole thing, but the heels and the tights and probably a spandex in there to keep them in, and the tighter fitting clothes, and like they have male built bodies, so it's
Yeah.
like obviously they had to custom make some of this shit too, because like you couldn't just pull it off a rack.
They tried to.
But like,
You almost have to wonder if they did just pull it off the rack so that it made sure to look that bad.
yeah,
You
it's
know?
like tight and like,
yeah.
oh, we're in
'Cause-
this little suit.
Right. No, that is a funny thought too that I hadn't considered. You
Yeah.
know, you think about lunch breaks and everything else, and I'm sure on set they get the food brought to them, like that they're not like
They were
going out.
probably hurting throughout the whole
Yeah.
filming
And
of that.
can you eat with that on? With the
Maybe to an extent.
They would have to get it redone afterwards.
Or it'd have to be like things through straws.
Yeah, straws. That's all fuck.
So you gotta, as one of the critics I read, it was like, most movies require you to suspend your disbelief a little bit. This movie requires you to just completely throw everything out of the window. And yes, of course, it's supposed to be a funny, lighthearted movie. Like, geez, critic, settle down.
Yeah.
Like, you should have smoked. You should have got lost and faded before you went into the fucking movie theater.
Really though? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Taking this shit too literal is what it is.
I don't know. I like that element of it where, like you said it earlier, so I'm sort of retreading some water, but the idea that, like, people, like, notice a bit, but not really. And so it's like, we've got our belief suspended, but I don't know. It's just a great element of this.
Yeah.
This show.
Yeah. Just accept the bit. Go with the
For
bit.
real.
The way they go there, whether it be like sort of like racial comedy or just like cliche stereotypical comedy, so like the basic bitch mold, that's kind of what they're filling, it's just amazing. Like, to me, the very privileged part that they're talking on, like the first thing that they say, the what is it, the Wilson twins?
Yeah, the Wilson twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first things they say to, I'm forgetting their name, Kevin and the Wayans
Marcus.
brothers.
Yeah, the
Kevin
Wayans
and
brothers.
Marcus. Yeah. I think I wrote this down. Oh, we already gave to the United Negro Fund, and they just like keep
Yes!
walking.
That was crazy.
It's like,
I was like, oh my god.
right. And they're like, wait.
I will say, like, the best part of that, their short interaction with them, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, between the airport picking them up and then the car ride, is they were able to form these personalities like that.
Yeah.
Right.
All they needed to hear was their conversation back and forth and the phrases and the things that they say, and it's like,
What was it like?
but then they had no background on these girls either. Like, it was
No.
like, when the friends came up to them at that first party and they're like, who the
Like,
fuck
who?
are you?
Right.
Like,
They did not care about that
No.
case. They did not look into it.
no.
That's their issues.
Yeah.
They don't do that like background
Background.
stuff.
You're an FBI agent. Isn't that the whole point?
They didn't even have their IDs.
Yeah.
Well, and they're sort of just operating totally outside of the realms of the investigation,
Yeah.
which one could argue
True.
jeopardizes the entire investigation
Yeah.
because, you're not conforming to norms
going
and protocols.
rogue at that
Yeah,
point.
you're going rogue. Yeah.
They
Like-
immediately like fucked it up by just getting into a car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, the one of the Wilson twins is like the dog needs some air, and
Yeah.
then the dog fucking jumped out of the window.
And then they were doing nothing in the back the whole time. They were
Right.
just screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his fuck's literally driving on the road and trying to pull this fucking dog
Yeah,
back
and the other
in.
brother's just stuck with all the luggage.
Also, why
Yeah.
couldn't he just sit on the front with the dog in his lap?
Or one of them do that.
Exactly.
I don't know. No,
'Cause
they
they
just
want to
don't
be
care.
chauffeured.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, no,
Yes.
you fuckers
Yeah.
deal with that.
You
Literally.
take care of it.
Which, how did you guys feel about the sisters? They're alright.
They played them well. Those people
Yes.
that were cast for
Yes.
that, they played them very well. Yeah, I
One
think
of the
it was
worst
perfect.
type of white women.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the worst. But they
Straight up.
played it so well.
Mm-hmm.
They get these small scratches, which heal in a day.
Literally.
They literally heal in a day, and they're like, we can't go. Wait a day.
Yep.
You can go.
Also,
Just be a little late.
maybe you would know more about this than us, but like I feel like the scratches that were displayed are definitely hideable by makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't mean to fixate.
they, like, you
on that
definitely,
detail,
like,
but-
the redness, and there might be, like, a tiny little, like, boop, pop up, but again, it was workable. Like, it wasn't, like, the end-all be-all. It's not like their eye popped out and, like, oh, fuck, like, or a fat bruise. Like, that would be a little bit harder to cover up, but the little scratches, that's nothing.
So, when they first arrived at the hotel, I like that they run into their partners, sort of.
Opposing in the FBI, yeah.
Yeah, they're posing as like hotel staff, and he calls that one guy Jose, Julio, and Rico Suave within a span of like
Yep.
30 seconds.
He keeps doing it out throughout the
Yep.
whole movie.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And I love, to your point of them picking up like the personality, like the first thing that's asked when they walk in is like, we're gonna need some ID to get you checked into the hotel.
And immediately starts breaking. I'm gonna have a
Right.
or-
My
yeah.
favorite thing though is
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
grabs the letter, which is something she started to do
Yep.
when they like had gotten the scratch. And I like how she's like, Miss Royal Hampton or Mr. Royal Hampton. I am a white woman
Yes.
in America. Like just starts off like that.
He's no, it's fine.
And then they immediately start flirting with the boss. They call him Denzel and
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful Chocolate Man.
They
And he's
immediately-
totally eating it up. Too.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I
Take the
love
compliments.
that they just didn't care. They were
Right.
just like, fuck it. We're just gonna like wild out like
Yep.
they are. Like when they're having the Yo Mama battle.
You want to talk about my mother?
yeah.
Oh.
And I like how they start like spinning around, like going like this. Yeah.
They have such great chemistry too.
Dude, too good. Other than the fucking when they're on the dance floor in the synchronized ass dance, those two are my favorite parts.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Your mother's so old. When you suck her breast milk, whatever the fuck," and then the whole powder just
Yeah,
flies
the
out of her
powder.
head.
One of my favorite lines that the what is it? Something Wall twins, the
Yeah.
bad, the enemies.
Yeah, the
Yes.
rivals.
Uh,
Yes.
Your mother is so stupid that she goes into Gucci and tries to buy like Fendi.
And every time they would turn around, no one's saying or
Nope.
laughing.
And they just kept fucking hitting them.
Oh.
The Wayne's brothers just like boom, 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 rapid fire, like too good.
Somebody that steals the movie, I think, is introduced around this point. It's sort of like a cocktail hour, which is where they have that dissing. And I think right after that kind of fight breaks out, one of my favorite characters is introduced, and he starts off by saying, "It may be summertime in the Hamptons, but it is snowing up in here. Tony, hand me my boots, because I'm about to go skiing."
Wait, what was his name? Terrell, I'd say?
Latrell.
Latrell. Played by
Terry
Terry
Crews, baby.
Crews.
Terry Crews, I think, just
8.
stole that movie.
He
Yeah.
did so
You know?
well.
It's
Yeah.
one of those like roles that are like made for like one person
Yes.
type shit.
And
Yeah.
he fit it perfectly.
Nobody else could have played that role.
No.
There's literally nobody else.
It's just his facial humor, the different faces he makes, and then just the way he acts. Even that part we'll get to, the club scene, when he's just dancing.
Dude, that scene lives with me. I think about it once a month. You know?
Yeah, the glow
The
sticks and
whistles.
everything. Yeah, the
The whistle's
Pack's
going.
just fucking going in the wind, dude.
Uh-huh.
He was
Yeah, and
killing
he's like
it.
in
And
a
even,
rave.
the song. What's the song called?
1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
that.
There you go.
Not
Yeah.
at the club, yes.
That
part.
I think I read that song has sort of now, like, when people think of that song, it's
They
really been
associate
associated with
Mhm.
Terry Crews doing his
Yeah.
shimmy dance. And I think, I don't know the order in which these films came out, so maybe this is some post research we'll have to do. Maybe you know the answers. I feel like that character had to have inspired Terry Crews' character in Click, where he also is dancing. The movie Click by Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I think
He's in
it was,
traffic and he's doing his
Yeah.
another dance.
It
kinda
was
like
after.
Yes.
It was after.
It was after?
Yeah.
Yes.
that had to have been inspired by that.
Oh,
Probably,
Just
100%.
definitely.
you know,
I think this is a movie that really hit it off for Terry Crews.
Yeah.
yeah, hell yeah. Then he got into like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and everything
Such
else.
a good show.
But anyways, yeah,
We love Terry
favorite
Crews.
character. I think one of my favorite lines that came after that is he starts talking to one of the Wayans brothers disguised as the Wilson twins at this point, and he says something to the effect of, and this is just another perfect Wayans moment. Like, it's just you're like, yes, this is a Hallmark Wayans film moment. He says, once you go black, you're going to need a wheelchair.
Yep.
And this woman comes up like, hey,
Hi,
Latrell.
Latrell.
And he's like, hey, get her out of here. And he just like pushes her
Pushes-
off camera.
Oh, like throws her ass over there.
Good stuff.
It's a good joke. Even another character gets a wheelchair later. Which I saw the unrated version, and there was definitely a part later where like they add context to that part.
Tell us, Byron.
Yeah,
With,
tell
like-
us.
We
'cause
watched the
missed,
Netflix
Yeah, we
version.
watched the Netflix.
So when he wakes up in the bedroom after the night where they were partying,
Yes.
and he wakes up with the other dude.
Right.
In the unrated version, in like the regular version, they just show the lamp and the alarm clock.
Mm-hmm.
But in the unrated version, it looks down, 4 condoms on the thing, just a bunch of stuff, and then he's like, it has like an extended, like him playing with his hair and shit. I was like, yeah, I'm watching the unrated version, I guess.
Damn.
And even like there was that scene when the one cop grabs the panties.
And he's
and-
sniffing them.
Yeah, and unrated, he licks it.
Oh, really? Wow. See, and I'm glad you bring that up, because that's another thing out of
That's
that
even
era of
worse.
film. The uncut, unrated.
Yes.
There was always,
Yeah.
the DVD version would hit, and there'd be an uncut,
Yep.
unrated version you could watch that had, like, some crazy scenes.
Like good extra like chunks of the film.
Yeah,
like
it explains a little bit more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How do you guys feel about their friends? I don't think we talked about their friends.
I like them.
They, like, seem like they're just a product, like, they're just trying to go along.
Yeah.
But they mean well. They have a
Mhm.
good heart. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, they've been embedded in this culture. It sounds like they've got parents that have sort of been in this
Yeah.
They're
culture.
nepo babies.
There
for
they
sure.
are.
Yeah, they all are. That's all.
Yep.
But as
thing.
far as nepo babies go, they seem like they've got, like, their heart in the right place.
Yeah.
When you overlook the materialism and stuff like
Yes.
that.
Like
know?
in
Yeah.
comparison to the Vander sisters, we're
Right.
just calling them
And
that
even the
now.
Wilsons.
Yes,
Yeah, the
which
Wilsons,
makes me
oh.
wonder too. Obviously, the Wayans brothers didn't know them from Get, so it was like, really, how do the Wilson sisters treat them?
Yeah, they
Well-
said at the end
Like,
that they
Like
they
them
like
more.
yeah, and I'm like, that's fucked up.
Mhm.
That's sad, but like,
Well, I think that's like kind of a last preview of that culture that they're trying to depict.
Yeah.
Like that little bubble of fame and
Yeah.
wealth.
and not liking other people.
Yeah, like are they really friends? Type
Yeah.
shit.
Right. Right. They
Right.
all kind of talk about how much money each other has, and that's the
Yeah.
competition rather
Mhm.
than like just actually being friends, you know, and
Literally.
enjoying the wealth that they
Exactly.
have. But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
Um,
fuck rich people.
I like when they go shopping. This actually reminded me of a
Yeah.
comment that I think you made on your TED episode. Adam Sandler's wife. Oh no, it was in the Paul Blart episode. You pointed
Yeah.
out that was Adam Sandler's wife in Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
Adam Sandler's wife is the person that's
She
in
was.
the shop, and I love
Fuck,
that they
I didn't
say,
realize.
Yeah.
"I'm looking for something that says I'm not a whore, but I'm not a virgin either." You know,
Just not gonna know the right thing.
Yeah.
I've got exactly the right thing for you. I think is what she says.
Yep.
And that whole like dressing scene was so like
That
stressful.
montage. Oh my god.
The girl's freaking out in
Yep.
one room. I wouldn't know what to do.
Nope.
I'd be like, let me grab someone else.
Dude's on the phone with his fucking wife, and which very suggestive language with putting on a shirt where the
Right.
neck hole is too small.
Yeah.
She was like, what? What's going on?
Fit what and where? Yeah.
And oh,
Be a tight squeeze.
your big head is never gonna fit in this tiny hole.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But like you say, that one woman flipping out. I don't even know what this reference is, but I had to write it down just because her delivery on all these lines is amazing. But, hi, I'm Carney Wilson before my gastric bypass surgery. It's just like, Jesus Christ. So then you said it earlier. You had the delivery right. I don't know if the Shamu comment. Do you
Yeah. Some.
Want... yeah.
How it goes. She said something about like
Somebody throw Shamu.
Shamu him back in the ocean.
Yeah.
Fucking boom. Fat back patty or thunder thighs. I forgot all the fucking analogies that she
She
used,
was
but
wild.
she's like, I think you look great. Let me go grab that in another size.
Yeah, that actress was another one, kind of like in Wayne's film. She was in the Scary Movie films, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, she was on Dexter. She was
Yeah.
Dexter's
I was about to
sister.
say, I feel like I've seen her in other stuff
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I think she still works to this day, but it's funny to think about where like she kind of started.
Yeah.
You see her in a lot of those like really classic comedy movies.
Yeah.
too.
Especially from that era.
Mm-hmm.
What's another great scene? Because I feel like this movie just has a bunch of great scenes. Like, I guess we can go back to the club scene, which Latrell was trying to like drug her. We gotta talk
I
about
was
that.
gonna
Motherfuckers put it in his ear because he's like, I just really want her, like I need her, and they're like, just fucking give her a roofie, dude. Or what was it, a Molly or?
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
He basically said, yeah, you're not gonna have a problem with this. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this scene is not.
No.
I was like, oh no! Thank
But-
God he noticed.
And how the tables turned though.
Yeah.
Like-
I will say that's like the way I think that it, you know, first of all, I feel like it has to be. I don't mean to say has to be covered, but the fact that they covered it is like fine because it's horrible, but that shit happened.
Yeah.
hmm
But I love the curveball they give where
Yes.
it
Yeah.
comes back on the fucker that
Yep.
did it. That's like it's like okay, like you can almost like
Period.
live with that
Yeah.
little thing
Yeah.
being in there where you're like, fuck, when it's happening, you're like, damn, this is one of those scenes that didn't age well. But then when the
Yeah.
curve happens and they switch drinks, you're like, okay,
Period.
he's getting his, you know.
And Latrell's like I feel like they kind of try and make you sympathize with him, but he's not that great of a person, especially
yeah.
at the end.
Oh
We'll
my
talk
God.
about that at the
We'll have
end
to
when
get
we
to
get
that,
to
yeah.
we'll get to that.
First of all, another line that lives with me is when he's running into the bathroom and he goes, "Move, bitch." that I like think about that line at least. I know the other line I said once a month. This one once a week. Like there's something that comes up. You're like walking in the mall and you encounter like a slow walker. I just think, "Move,
Immediately.
bitch." Like, yeah.
And like every time they bring out their regular voices when they're in costume, like when that like thief tried taking his purse, and he
Yes.
was just screaming at him as he was running down the block.
They're like, "Geez, this lady is crazy."
Right. That was another one of my favorite scenes. Actually, that's the one I was gonna bring up before. Yeah, when he's like, Jason.
Well, the part that fucking kills me at the end when she catches him, is all for a purse, and she's like, "It's not just a purse, it's Prada."
Prada. And all the girls like applaud.
Yep. And the convertible too is what cracks me up the most.
You've got the iconic 1,000 Miles scene, and then you've got the just amazing 50 Cent scene where
They have
like,
all the
whoa,
white
whoa,
girls.
whoa. They're like, nobody can hear it. Which is totally something like those types of white girls
Yes.
would agree on. They'd be like, I guess not.
And then immediately all saying,
Yeah.
Right.
I was thinking about this earlier, and it's so funny because obviously they're like, "This is part of the script. You have to fucking say it, and it is what it is." And they're like, but when Wu-Tang Clan and System of a Down did a song together, they made Surge say the N-word. They're like, "We're not gonna do this collab unless you say it." They're like, "We give you a pass."
That's wild.
The thing I'll say about that line you were just discussing is that they had to actually listen to that song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over and over
They'd be
and
like,
over.
listen to this, master this little
Yep.
hook here,
Like, you guys aren't serious.
and make sure you can do it like with the beat.
Please.
Like, you know,
No.
and they did it.
A lot of practice.
Yep.
That's the
But
fucked
I think another scene we skipped was the auction scene.
Technically the fundraiser, but...
Oh yeah, the fundraiser. It's an auction.
Pretty much.
It's
an auction, yeah.
I guess they're.
How much do you want to spend to go on a date with this woman? Like, not Terrell
Wow.
spending how much money? $50,000 or something?
50,000.
Like,
He didn't even need to make that jump. He
No.
just made that jump
He
to
had it
confirm it.
in cash,
Yeah.
in a duffel bag. Like,
All for one date.
And you're right, because I think the bid before that was like 30,000, and he was like, "Nah, I'm going 20,000 more.
Yeah.
I'm going $50,000."
I was like, all right, he's that serious
Yep.
about it.
and they go on the date, and he goes, perhaps a salad for the lady? And she goes,
can't.
perhaps not. And then orders the entire menu.
I'll have the chicken,
Yeah.
white meat only. The oysters, and he's like, "Sorry,
Oh my
got a big
god.
tongue." He just kills it in all the different physical
Yes.
comedy moments he had to.
Yes.
Again, no more perfect person for that role. I almost
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised if they wrote some of that stuff in, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, "Nah, what we have to do is this," because he knows himself. He knows what he can do.
Yep.
This feels like a very ad lib like movie
Yeah.
where they're like just spinning jokes.
So while they're having dinner,
Marcus.
Is it Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus is the one.
Taking that
Single
journalist
one,
on
Yeah.
Yes.
a date, yeah.
To Terrell's home.
Which is
Oh,
just
yeah.
so many stumbles. It's funny, and I think to like I don't mean to skip over any details, but the icing on the cake for me was the dog. Because
Yeah.
I
Yep.
know that
Yeah.
feeling. I've like, actually, it reminded me when I first got here. There was this time. I don't mean to take us on a small tangent, but I'm going to because I think you'll like this story. I was going to pick up weed from a friend, and I had only been to her house a few times. Just I'm directionally challenged, and generally I'm just high all the fucking time, so I don't remember things like that I should.
Yeah.
And so I pull up to her house, and I walk in, and I walk back to her bedroom, and it looks completely different. And I turn around, and the only reason this matters is because this chick was white. I turn around, and there's like 4 black children just looking at me, and I'm like, I am not in the right house right now. I'm not in the right house right now, unless she's babysitting, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But I walked. I was like, "Is Haley here?" And they were like, "Who?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm gonna walk out of here." And I walked out. She was right next door. She just started calling me. She's looking at me. She's like, "What the fuck? Did you just go in their house?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm glad." It takes me back to this scene in White Chicks. I'm glad they did not have a fucking dog or just a dad that was home that's like, "What the fuck are you doing in my house?" Because they had like, those kids.
She had the little. Terrell had the maid at the house, but she's speaking an entirely different language. So obviously he's just like.
He just throws her.
He just kicks her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that woman does not know when to take a break. It says something like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to feel if I saw that dog dragging him. I'd be like...
Immediately running out the door.
Yeah, running out the door, calling the cops, I guess, or like animal control or something, and then letting them deal with it.
She's like, he's pretty cute. It's fine.
Well, she said she was about to start walking away and leaving, and
he's like,
just...
nah.
But like... How do you recover from that?
Yeah.
Also, him not knowing how to drive Terrell's fancy-ass fucking expensive vehicle.
Yeah.
He's
like skirting up there.
the whole time.
My thing about that moment with the dog is like when she points, like, "Oh, you got a dog?" And I get like goosebumps when I think about that moment because you can see that realization wash over him where he's like, "What?" And he like looks over and it's just there with its teeth bared. He's like, "Oh,
angry ass Rottweiler.
That's not a dog. That's family." That's not just a dog, I think is what he says.
Yeah.
But man, that moment, like, I know it's just a comedy, but that gives encountering a dog like that just gives me chills.
Yeah,
Seeing it bare its teeth.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I love him having to explain the picture of Latrell.
Yep.
Oh, that's my trainer.
You keep a picture of your trainer on the wall?
Yeah. I aspire to be that one day.
She's not that good of a journalist if she didn't notice that stuff.
Right.
But I don't know how I feel about the whole plot with the journalist.
It's a frustrating plot line. Would you agree? Where he's like, come on, man. It's another thing where it's like to just even use the name Latrell as well.
Yeah.
It's like
you couldn't have come
dude.
up with another name.
He sucks at lying.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them do.
Bad lie to be set up in. Just putting yourself in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm. And it's just adding to the whole case. Like, it's just a few days. It's a case over with, and you figure out how to meet her.
I get they needed him to be on his own little side quest of sorts because the other brother had his crazy wife to an extent. So I get it. He needed his love interest.
I love towards the end of that trip to Latrell's house when he gets that call from, I believe, Marcus. I probably learned the names right at the end of this episode. But he gets the call and he's like, "Hey, we're about to leave." And he's like, "Can you just like stall?" He's like, "Man, I have been trying everything. Like I don't know how much more I can stall." And towards the end of the phone call, you hear Terry Crews go, "Oh, Cottontail." It's just so perfect. Again, Terry Crews just steals this movie.
Yeah, he really does. Should we get into the fashion show, or should we talk about the case? We didn't really talk about the case that they're on.
Yeah, the whole premise of them going to the Hamptons.
Yeah, so they learned through intel that there's like this kidnapper who's kidnapping people, and he's gonna kidnap the sisters in the Hamptons, and that's why they picked them up, and then they had the whole crash, and then they were like, "We'll go to the Hamptons and we'll find the kidnapper." And the plot's alright. In the beginning, it's like a good setup, but towards the end, I just lose it a little bit because I think it just turns out to be like one of the random like boys.
It was because the dad of the Vander sisters.
Yeah.
He was going broke and he needed to find a way for income, but I don't know even how it tied to him because he ended up being the bad guy in the end with the other two dudes.
Right.
It just didn't really align with the rest of the movie, but I still like the ending. I think it's a nice ending that ties everything up.
Yeah.
Did you guys like the fashion show part?
Yes.
Yeah, the fashion show part is great. Especially just everything coming together.
Yep.
There's a lot of plot lines coming together at that point. Between the Wilson sisters coming back, they're like, "We've been cloned." And then Marcus's wife being like, "I bought a dress where?"
Yeah.
She's like, "We're going."
Yep.
Like her and her friend.
Mm-hmm. And I love that runway part where they're like switching places, and then like it's one of each that come out at a point.
Right.
And then the fucking rivals trying to like sabotage it.
And spill the paint on them, which all white party. Need I add, like the clothes, you know, like what Diddy would do.
It was a weird party. That seems very on brand with that group.
Yeah.
And I will say the cinematography is like it's obviously a cheesy moment. It's meant to be sort of a cheesy comedy moment, but they do a good job of like capturing the vibe of a sort of blustering, flashy fashion show.
Yeah, they do.
Like you got to respect. I don't know, when you really watch, like I said earlier, I think the cinematography in this movie, it's easy to get caught up in sort of the cheesy details. But you have to remember, like, somebody actually had to make this film.
Yeah.
And so it's actually sort of impressive to see what they were able to put together, you know, in a way.
I really like this ending part. I think the action parts are really nice, too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When the dad, the whatever's dad,
Yeah.
was just pulls out the gun and he's just shooting a bunch
For
of people.
real?
Right. One of the running bits we didn't really cover, but it's like, I think one of the last questions that's asked, he's like, RuPaul or Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about
He's like,
those
man,
questions.
I am not. He's like, I am not. At that point, he's not engaging
Nope.
anymore.
No. They were wild ones,
They're
though.
sick.
Yeah.
Was there a Rosie O'Donnell one?
Yeah.
Right. He's like, you're sick.
But
Which
it was like...
Which one would you do? Hey, we gotta work.
Little.
Oh, he just like moves past it.
Like Whoopi Goldberg, but with the yeast infection. And it's
Yeah,
like, Jesus
like,
Christ.
bro.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Like, is this
Right.
what you two do on the side?
Well,
for,
what's
like...
funny is it was actually two, like it was like Carmen Electra and some other, two and probably still beautiful, women. And,
Yeah.
But he made the caveat with a yeast infection.
Yes.
So like basically neither choice you made, and that's what's funny is that's his response. He goes, "Dude, they have a yeast infection."
Yeah.
It's like, all right, what was the right choice here?
Literally. Oh my god.
In that action scene when it starts getting real crazy, I like when Marcus's is that his wife or is it his girlfriend? I don't know if they were that far.
Or
was-
Or he was gonna
fiancé.
propose, I
It
think?
was Kevin's
Oh, Kevin, sorry.
wife.
Yeah.
Were they
I think
married?
Yeah, I think they're married.
Okay.
Because he
Yeah.
thought they were going to get a divorce.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that she puts in a call to Keisha. She's like, "Hey, girl, call Nene and Laquanda. Tell them to bring the Vaseline and the straight razors. These bitches are on some other shit." I just know, like,
They had the whole gang ready.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's just so many moments in that
Yeah.
movie. That,
There is a lot of
So,
one-liners.
yeah, all the one-liners and stuff.
Mhm.
It could be a movie or just an episode just of one-liners,
Deadass.
honestly. So, who would you guys add to a smoke sesh? I think I would go for Kevin. I think Kevin would be a chill person to vibe
Tea.
with and smoke with, and he's funny.
Tea.
And he's not trying to go on any crazy adventures just because.
Yeah. He's tired.
And you'll just have to be like, yo, text your girlfriend before you hang out, or
Deadass.
your wife.
If she shows up at my fucking house, I'm gonna, like, what are we doing?
Cole, do you have one?
Just because of all the physical comedy, it would be great to have Latrell
Yeah.
at the table. I think that would be a fun smoke session. He would bring a lot of like crazy energy
Yeah.
to it.
You would just have to roll it yourself.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I'd have to give him his own. You know.
I feel like he'd do some fuck shit, and I'd be like, alright, why the fuck is he here?
Yeah.
Megan, who are you picking?
I want to go back to that one character that, and here I go again getting the names fucked up. The guy that had the comb over, and like I said earlier, was like la 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 la. There's just such a
Oh.
backstory there. I think that would be.
The other disguise?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Specifically.
That would be a fun one. That
Mhm.
would. I don't even know if they had names for those
Yeah, I don't know.
early disguises.
It'd be interesting to see because they had to list that out since they did
Mhm.
play multiple characters.
Yeah.
True.
It'd be interesting to see what the names for those characters were. Like I said, just the emotion he exudes, is that a word?
Yeah.
Like he gets on the counter and is like, ah! You can tell he's been through something, and like
He
I feel
really
like he
took
would
on that
bring a lot.
persona,
Yeah.
yeah.
He would probably have a bunch of stories to
Mhm.
tell.
right, absolutely. So yeah, I think that's probably a pick that I would have for
Okay,
sure
but-
for adding to the smoke sesh.
I still can't fully decide, but I feel like a safe bet is Kevin. Because you're right, Byron. He's just chill. He doesn't want to do anything extra. Like you could have a decent conversation with him, but he wouldn't like necessarily overtake the whole sesh.
Yeah.
But he would still be able to contribute to it. Like it's.
And you know what's crazy? Is they're the same person. Kevin plays that character.
Yep.
So he's just added to the smoke sessions. That's his different person, like,
Exactly.
disguises.
Yep.
I might just do that for one
Yeah.
episode.
That works out.
Yeah. I mean, I would not want to smoke with Marcus, I don't think.
Nah.
He's just doing too much.
much.
Yeah.
Too high energy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he would spiral real quick.
Yeah.
He'd be on Snapchat, like hitting the blunt, like with music playing on his phone, and be like, "Dude."
Or just he'd get a call from Gina. Right?
No, that'd be the
No,
other one.
That's the other
Oh,
one.
sorry. I'm just so
No,
lost
you're
and
good.
faded.
Yeah.
Just totally lost on getting the characters all mixed up.
I mean, respectfully, because there is a lot of characters.
There's a lot of disguises too. So how faded would you get for this movie? How many bong rips?
So you gotta hit the bong at least 10 times before you even start the movie.
Okay.
And it's not, and you should probably also have like a drink like this. Like, and I'm not gonna, we've got 50 milligrams right
Yeah.
here. I'm not gonna suggest that for everybody because different strokes for different folks, as people say. But the point is like this movie, you pregame with an edible, some 10 bong rips,
Yeah.
and then you're hitting the bong throughout for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
I second that. I'm gonna like 9 or 10 bong rips. Like you do want to be really high for this movie.
Yeah.
Silly
yeah.
goofy, you know?
Yes.
It's like the perfect movie to just be blazed and just
Yes.
laughing. All the jokes.
Yes.
All the characters are just on point in
Yeah.
this movie.
The physical comedy is something that we've discussed a few different ways, but like just a few of my favorite scenes. Like I'm usually not a huge fan. Like it's not like I hate it. It's just like you really got to do it right for me to like actually laugh at toilet humor. And that scene was good. Like it's the physical like
Blowing
just
up
like
the fucking toilet.
yeah,
They're
and
like-
how she like knocks something off the fucking
Yep.
wall.
They're
Like-
like, we'll wait outside.
Yeah, exactly. And then when they first pull up and how they get their hair stuck, like just little moments like that, like that shit is just great.
They really
that's
do.
good stuff.
It's just on point. It's such a great movie. Yeah, I love this movie. I gotta revisit a lot more of these movies.
Yeah.
I do think it is interesting. We mentioned it earlier that Luttrell at the end is not upset that the person he fell in love with was a woman. He's upset, or a man, I mean to say. He's upset that they were black.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
He was like, it's an all-white party.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, pal.
And they're like,
yeah, he said some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know
was
if I
his
wrote
whole
it down.
thing. He was obsessed with white people.
yeah. Yeah. He thought he was a white person
Yeah.
himself.
I
That's
know
why
he
he's
says the J word, which is a slur. Get this.
Oh
away from
yeah,
me.
he did.
I'm trying to think of what he said before that, though. He said something.
I forgot. There was
But
he
yeah.
said a few things.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said a lot.
He was
were-
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was upset, and it's sort of a funny like Dave Chappelle black racist
Yeah.
curveball that just adds to the character. It's like at first you thought it was just like a fixation on like white women, you know, like
Yeah.
snow
Yeah.
bunnies or whatever.
But
Like,
no, like he really thought he was a white person himself.
yeah, and that's he even said like, you know, he acknowledged the frame, like that they like at first he said the ass of a black woman on a white woman.
Yeah.
But then I think later he acknowledged like that they do have a bigger frame. So it's funny, like he did again. It's those weren't the parts he had a problem with.
No.
It was all
Yep.
about race. He
Yep.
was like, I want to be dating a white woman.
Wild.
Oh,
It's crazy.
such a great character.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Like and subscribe if you enjoy. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.